You know the drill. Another year, another vacation wasted. The same tired destinations, the same lines of sweating tourists, selfie sticks protruding like antennae from a colony of confused ants. You're packed in like sardines, herded from one overpriced tourist trap to the next. Is this what travel has become, a performative act for social media? Hell no. It's time to ditch the crowds and discover the road less traveled, starting with Asia. These secret spots, and believe me, they do exist, offer something far more valuable than 1,000 likes on Instagram. I'm talking about authentic experiences, untouched landscapes, the kind of peace and quiet you only find when you're far, far away from the madding crowd. Places where the locals still greet you with a smile, and the most valuable souvenirs are the stories you bring back. From secluded islands to misty mountains, this list is packed with Asian destinations that fly under the radar but leave a mark on your soul. Whether you're a nature enthusiast, a history buff, or just someone who needs to unplug from the digital matrix, these locations will feed your wanderlust without draining your wallet or your patience. So grab a notebook, because we're about to dive deep into some of Asia's best-kept secrets. Deep in the heart of Vietnam lies Phong Nha, Kea Bang National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that's home to the largest caves on the planet. Forget your touristy caves with their cheesy coloured lights and pre-recorded commentary. We're talking colossal caverns like Paradise Cave, Phong Nha Cave, and the jaw-dropping Sundong, a cave so massive it has its own ecosystem. But this isn't just about spelunking. Phong Nha is an adventurer's playground. Strap on your boots and trek through dense jungles, paddle a kayak down the emerald green Sun River, or get your adrenaline pumping with a zip line into the darkness of Dark Cave. Trust me, it's an experience you won't soon forget. And when you're ready to come up for air, immerse yourself in the local culture. Stay in an eco-lodge or a homestay in one of the nearby villages. Share a meal with a local family, listen to their stories, and learn about a way of life that's slowly disappearing in our hyper-connected world. Just a word to the wise. If you're planning on exploring Sundong, book your tour months in advance. These expeditions are highly regulated to preserve the cave's delicate ecosystem, and for good reason. Forget Boracay and its endless party scene. Siquijor, a small island in the Visayas region of the Philippines, is where you go to escape the crowds and discover a different side of this island nation. Legend has it that Siquijor is a place of magic and mystery, where ancient healers practice their craft and the supernatural is just a part of everyday life. Don't worry, you don't have to believe in the supernatural to appreciate this island's unique charm. Start your adventure at Cambodia Falls, a series of turquoise waterfalls, perfect for a refreshing dip. Hike to the summit of Mount Bandilan for panoramic views of the island, or strap on a snorkel and explore the vibrant coral reefs of Tubud Marine Sanctuary. And for a truly unique experience, pay a visit to the Balete tree, an ancient tree with roots that have formed a natural fish spa. Locals believe the tree is inhabited by spirits, but even skeptics will appreciate the eerie ambience. As the sun begins to set, head to Palawan Beach, one of the best-kept secrets in the Philippines. This secluded stretch of white sand is the perfect place to watch the sky erupt in a kaleidoscope of colors. Sip on a cold beer, listen to the gentle lapping of the waves, and let the magic of Siquijor work its wonders. Picture this. Pristine white sand beaches fringed with swaying palm trees, crystal clear turquoise waters teeming with marine life, and not a single high-rise building in sight. Welcome to Koh Rong Samloem, Cambodia's best-kept secret. This idyllic island is the antidote to the overdeveloped tourist traps that plague so much of Southeast Asia. Days here are spent swimming, snorkeling, or simply lounging in a hammock, a cold drink in hand. As the sun begins to set, the real magic begins. Take a dip in the ocean and watch as bioluminescent plankton illuminate the water with an ethereal glow. Or lace up your hiking boots and trek through the island's untouched jungle, where you'll discover hidden waterfalls, secluded coves, and breathtaking viewpoints. Koh Rong Samloem is the kind of place where you can truly disconnect from the outside world and reconnect with yourself. So, ditch your phone, grab a good book, and get ready to experience Paradise Found. Just a tip: take the early morning ferry from Sihanoukville to avoid the crowds and maximize your time on this island paradise. Chapter 4. Gokayama, Japan, a glimpse of old Japan. Forget the neon lights and bustling crowds of Tokyo. In the heart of Japan's rugged mountains lies Gokayama, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that's home to a way of life that's all but vanished from modern Japan. Here in the villages of Ainakura and Suganuma, time seems to stand still. Traditional Gasho-zukuri farmhouses with their distinctive steep thatched roofs dot the landscape, a testament to a simpler time. Wander through the villages and soak up the atmosphere. Visit a local workshop and learn the ancient art of washi papermaking, or witness a traditional folk dance performance. And be sure to sample some of the local cuisine, which is as hearty and unpretentious as the people themselves. For a truly immersive experience, spend the night in a Gasho-zukuri guest house. Warm yourself by the irori, a traditional sunken hearth, share stories with your hosts over a steaming bowl of ramen, and drift off to sleep to the sound of silence. Gokayama is a reminder that sometimes the most rewarding journeys are the ones that take us back in time. Chapter 5. Tawang, India, where the Himalayas touch the sky. High in the remote northeastern state of Arunachal Pradesh lies Tawang, a town perched precariously on a mountain ridge surrounded by the towering peaks of the eastern Himalayas. This is a place where spirituality hangs heavy in the air, where ancient monasteries cling to the mountainsides and where the roar of motorcycle engines echoes through the valleys. At the heart of Tawang lies the Tawang Monastery, the largest Buddhist monastery in India. Explore the monastery's labyrinthine corridors, spin prayer wheels, and witness the monks' daily rituals. For breathtaking views of the surrounding mountains and valleys, pay a visit to Madhuri Lake, a glacial lake formed by the tears of a heartbroken goddess. Or brave the hair-raising drive over Sela Pass, one of the highest motorable passes in the world. Tawang is not for the faint of heart. It's a journey that will test your limits and challenge your perceptions. But for those who dare to venture off the beaten path, the rewards are immeasurable. Just remember, you'll need permits to enter Arunachal Pradesh, so plan ahead and consult with a registered tour operator or apply online well in advance. Chapter 6. Nubra Valley, India, a cold desert oasis. Imagine a landscape ripped straight from the pages of a fantasy novel, towering sand dunes, stark mountains piercing the sky, and emerald green oases dotting the arid landscape. This is Nubra Valley, a high-altitude desert located in the shadow of the Karakoram range in India's Ladakh region. It's a place of stark beauty where the air is thin, the silence deafening, and the stars seem close enough to touch. One of the best ways to experience Nubra Valley is the way the locals have for centuries, on the back of a Bactrian camel. These hardy creatures will carry you across the dunes, their hooves leaving intricate patterns in the sand. Visit the Diskit Monastery, perched atop a hill overlooking the valley, and soak up the spiritual serenity. And for a truly unforgettable experience, camp under the stars near Turtuk village, one of India's northernmost settlements, a cultural crossroads where Central Asia meets the Indian subcontinent. Just be prepared for extreme temperatures. Even during the summer months, the desert nights can be bitterly cold. Pack layers, warm clothes, and a good sleeping bag. This is not the place to skimp on gear. Chapter 7. Sumba Island, Indonesia, where time stands still. Forget Bali and its overcrowded beaches and infinity pools. Sumba Island, a remote island in eastern Indonesia, is a place where ancient traditions still hold sway and life moves to the rhythm of the seasons. This is a land of rolling hills, emerald green rice paddies, and traditional villages where life has changed little in centuries. One of the best times to visit Sumba is during the Pasola Festival, a traditional horseback spear-throwing competition that's as dangerous as it is spectacular. Witness warriors on horseback, clad in traditional attire, charging at each other with blunt spears, their cries echoing across the plains. It's a visceral display of skill, courage, and ancient ritual. When you're not dodging errant spears, explore the island's natural beauty. Swim in the crystal-clear waters of Wikuri Lagoon, marvel at the cascading waters of Tangadu Waterfall, or simply wander through the island's traditional villages, where you'll be greeted with smiles and curious stares. Sumba is a place to disconnect from the modern world and reconnect with something ancient and primal. Chapter 8. Batan's Philippines, where the wind whispers tales of resilience. Perched at the northernmost tip of the Philippines, where the Pacific Ocean collides with the South China Sea, lies Batan's, a group of windswept islands that are as rugged and unforgiving as they are beautiful. This is a land of dramatic cliffs, rolling hills carpeted in emerald green, and traditional stone houses built to withstand the fury of typhoons. Explore the rolling hills of Vayang, where the wind whispers tales of resilience. Climb to the top of Basco Lighthouse and gaze out at the endless expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Rent a bicycle and cycle along quiet coastal roads, the wind whipping through your hair, the salt spray stinging your face. This is a place to breathe deep, to feel alive, to reconnect with the raw power of nature. But Batanes is more than just scenery. It's the people, the Ivatan people, who have carved out a living in this harsh environment for centuries, who truly make this place special. Visit their villages, learn about their unique culture, their age-old farming techniques, their deep respect for the land and the sea. Batanes is a reminder that sometimes the most beautiful places are also the most unforgiving. Chapter 9. Luang Prabang, Laos, a journey for the soul. Nestled in a valley at the confluence of the Mekong and Namkhan rivers, Luang Prabang is a town lost in time. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a place of ancient temples, saffron-robed monks, and a pace of life that's as slow and meandering as the mighty Mekong itself. This is not a place to come if you're looking for nightlife or adventure. This is a place to relax, to reflect, to reconnect with your spiritual side. Wake before dawn and witness the daily almsgiving ceremony, a ritual that's been practiced here for centuries. Join the locals as they offer food to the monks, their faces etched with piety and devotion. Visit the Kwangsi Falls, a series of cascading waterfalls that tumble through the jungle, or take a slow boat down the Mekong River to the Paku Caves, a sacred site filled with thousands of Buddha statues. In the evenings, wander through the night market, where you'll find everything from handmade textiles to local handicrafts. Sample the local cuisine, a delicious blend of Lao, Thai and Vietnamese influences, or sign up for a cooking class and learn the secrets of Laotian cooking. Luang Prabang is a feast for the senses, a place to nourish the soul. Chapter 10. Mrauk U, Myanmar, Echoes of a Forgotten Kingdom. Shrouded in mist and legend, Mrauk U, the ancient capital of the Arakanese kingdom, rises from the rice paddies of Rakhine State in western Myanmar. This is a place where time seems to stand still, where ancient temples and pagodas crumble under the weight of centuries, and where the air is thick with the scent of incense and the chanting of monks. Explore the sprawling temple complex, a labyrinth of crumbling stupas, hidden passageways and ancient murals. Climb to the top of Shitong Pagoda, the highest point in Mrauk U, for panoramic views of the surrounding plains and the distant Bay of Bengal. Hire a boat and venture out onto the serene waters of the Caladan River, where you'll encounter remote Chin villages and witness a way of life that's changed little in centuries. Mrauk U is a place of mystery and intrigue, a place where the past is never far from the present. It's a place to get lost in the labyrinthine streets, to imagine the glories of a forgotten kingdom, to connect with the culture that's both ancient and resilient. Just be aware that infrastructure is limited and travel can be challenging, especially during the rainy season. Hire a knowledgeable guide, pack your patience, and be prepared for an adventure off the beaten track. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. Traveling to some of these places, these hidden gems, it's not always going to be easy. You might encounter language barriers, transportation delays, the occasional bout of food poisoning, but that's part of the adventure, isn't it? It's about stepping outside of your comfort zone, challenging your perceptions, discovering a world beyond the tourist traps and the Instagram filters. Respect the local customs, pack your common sense, get travel insurance, and for God's sake, put down the phone and engage with the world around you. Talk to the locals, learn a few phrases in their language. Try the local delicacies, even if they look a little, shall we say, adventurous. You might be surprised at what you discover, because in the end, that's what travel is all about. The connections we make, the stories we collect, the memories that stay with us long after the tan lines have faded. So, what are you waiting for? Pack your bags, keep an open mind, and go get lost in the world. Your adventure awaits.